Hi, here today to fold a 32mm pure silver 50 cents Australian coin with delrin cones, and we will push down an extraction die with delrin push rods. Does delrin hold up? We believe it does. No loss of detail on the inside or on the reed. Our main competitor, Jason Works, set of dies. Good set of cones. What am I on about? Very good set. Works equally as well as delrin for folding. Loss of detail minimal. My only criticism with Jason's is you don't get enough cone sizes. That's all that this is flawed on. Comes with a spacer, which really isn't much. I just use another cone if I need to. You never get the right size to start with. Jason Works doesn't fit. You fold with the first one, second one seems to be too big, third one and fourth is only on the big coins anyway. So what we've done is we've put a plumb bob design in delrin, as you can see, just to get you going, and then away you go. But as I said, as a cone, Jason has a good design there. Hasn't built in the spacer in with the cone like we have. After Henry's review, we thought, well, make them slightly bigger. But give credit where credit due. Jason did design these to work under the Durston, so you couldn't use these under a ring stretcher, a basic ring stretcher. So they are a good design. 20 degrees, ours is 17. We do make 17 as well. But that's my only disappointment with that set. Right, let's get cracking. Die perfectly maintained, as you can see, not a mark on them. That's what, a couple of years old. My old foreman used to say, maintenance, 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 and you'll have them for life. Doesn't take much to clean them up with 1000 grit sandpaper. As you can see, very durable. Fantastic design. Right. A little bit unstable for the 1.3, so we're getting started in the 1.4. Punch hole, beautifully cleaned up, smooth as a baby's bum, is ideal. If you don't clean your ring up at the beginning, you can damage your cones. The cone should fit nicely in the hole. Level the coin. Get it going so it'll go into a 1.3. No sticking, take that sucker straight out. Fits nicely into a 1.3. Next size cone fits lovely in. Always make sure the cone fits nicely in it, never on top, or you will, or you could damage ankles sticking. Level that up with the hammer. See, no sticking whatsoever. Trying to get a nice shape. Ooh. Touch and go on a 1.1. I think we'll get away with it. The hammer down. No sticking again. Straight on. Damage to the cone, 0. Lovely shape. Could give it another. Ooh, touch and go there. No, that's too iffy, that. But that's fine to be pushed down anyway. Probably use a 1.1 to start with. Slightly too big for a 1 point. So we'll use the 1 point just to bring it down a bit. Now the best protection for the outside of the ring is undoubtedly electrical tape. There's no two ways about it. But we don't use electrical tape. Well, I do, but people don't use electrical tape because it makes a right mess of your coin. An absolute mess. All glue, sticky. That's awful. When you anneal it afterwards, you get all that burning of the glue. So what we tend to do is we wrap it in plumber's tape. You have to smooth that out a bit. Just wrap it in plumber's tape like you would do as if you were going to push down on it. Then we just seal it in with electrical tape. Nice and neat. Now under normal circumstances I would cover the reed. Regardless, whether it's Drelon, anything, Drelon is the kindest to the reed material around. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to leave the reed exposed. Right. Now Drelon cones, set goes out looking like that. But I don't use a set like that because what I do is, because we get so many off cuts, we just use the off cuts. We don't throw nothing away in this workshop, and they've got months and months and months. Well, that's got to be 6 months old, that piece of Drelon. Too big for the 1.1, of course. Right. And that goes all the way down. So you're not going to get any problem on that push. Your bottom's out there. So when you get a set, it's no different to anything else. You've got to set it up. Right, that's bottomed out. Mark there. Mark with a black. Marker pen. You know your limitations is to that mark. Just push to the beginning of that mark and you can't hit the side of the dies and you can't mash up your delrin. Right. Same principle. Slightly different design. Rolled over at the end, so if it does hit, it wouldn't mash as bad. Drop your coin in. Level it up. Too big for the reed. You only have to do this once they're marked. It's no different to setting up anything, like I said. You do your little arrow, you mark 1.1 on that, and you know that for the future is your maximum on that push. Alright, where's the lid for that Sharpie? Go through too many Sharpies, leaving the lid off. Don't throw away nothing. It's a little bit. Yeah, come on, you sucker. The hammer up. Level it up. Bring the hammer down. One more push on that. Bottomed out. Damage to your push rod, 0. See, if I'd have pushed up to there, as you fully understand, that would have hit the side of the dies and mash. Now that, used in that way, will last you years. 0 mark. Now I never push through. Never push through at all. I always go down in sizes. I don't like the shape as it comes out. So what I do is I just always use leather, even that distance there, from there to there. Fine silver hitting steel, doesn't mix, all in water. Just no pressure at all, donk, out she comes. Damage to the reed, 0, flawless. Bad shape, getting there. .0. It's a bit of a pain when you first get this set. You've got to set them up. That's it, too big. I haven't got a full set here really. Right, marker pen. I think bottomed out. 1.1. That's its finish for life. I know that from the future when I pick it up. 1.1. That's the situation. That's it's bottomed out there. Can't go wrong. Look after your tools and they'll last you for lifetime. You don't even have to cover the whole of the reed with delrin. Get no inner dent. Hammer down. 1, to stop, bottomed out, good 2 pushes, 2.5 pushes, damage to the push rod, 0. Absolutely beautiful. Now I'll use that, I've said like that, 6 months old, if it's a day, and no damage whatsoever. That's for a 1.3 die, that way, bigger size on the other side. Beautiful. Push him out. Always use the leather, as I said. You don't want any damage to your reed whatsoever, so no pressure needed. Perfect shape. Damage to the reed, 0. Flawless, and that's covered. But under normal circumstances, I'd advise everybody to cover the reed regardless, just with a little bit of tape as you've done it now. Right, let's see the condition. Get the tape out. Always cut away from your ring. Don't really peel that off. Completely and utterly flawless. No damage whatsoever. Took it down a little bit too far for my liking because I didn't need it that small. It's going to be a V or a W, so that's perfect. Just tidy up the edges, detail on the inside.